Hey guys, it's Emilio Espinoza with Espinoza & Associates, and I'm here to give you your final market update of 2021. And it's interesting when you look at the 2 years, when you look at the year-to-year differences, what basically the story that they're telling us. When you look at last year, you had about 11,000 new listings. Compared to this year, you're just over 10,000, which makes it a difference of new listings in the market, which there's less this year, of a 13.20%. Now, the active listings now is the most staggering number. When we look at last year at this time, we had 13,798 active listings. This year, we're down just over 55% to 6,086. Now, why did that happen? What is that attributed to? Well, like I've been mentioning the last couple of market updates, is that we ended the year last year where we entered into, when we got into the fall months, we entered into the second wave of COVID. What happened is the market and everybody, we're uncertain of where things were going to head. And what it did is it stalled the market from September to about November. Around November time, middle of November time, especially getting into December time, the market started to really pick up and really headed into 2021 with a lot of momentum, which, as we can see now, it's carried through the entire year. If we look at the average price of homes last year, that was $955,889 for the GTA. Today, that number is a staggering $1,163,323, which means it's up about 21.7% from last year. Again, this momentum is these numbers, when we do the year to year, you'll see that moving forward. Probably the numbers won't be skewed as large as we've seen, but a lot of that momentum that ended the year last year and carried forward into this year pretty much maintained. And then what really propelled prices to really escalate from the beginning of the year to now has been the lack of inventory. I mean, if anything that you're gonna remember 2021 for is lack of inventory. Big pool of buyers, people still wanting to sell, and because there's limited inventory, also a lot of these investors have actually disposed of their investment properties and pretty much capitalized on this pricing and got out of the market. You guys know I love looking at things on a month-to-month basis. So when we're looking at a month-to-month on the sales, you're looking at 7.83% less sales from a month to month. So when we're comparing the numbers from October to November, we're seeing that figure of less sales on a month to month. So when we're looking at the next figure is when we're looking at a month to month from October to November, we're seeing 14.51% less new listings. So we're seeing that on a month-to-month, we're getting more, like less and less people, and that's traditionally the kind of where the trajectory is on a yearly basis. This time of the year, you'll see that less properties do come on the market, as well as when we see the new active listings. The active listings currently in the market on a month-to-month difference is 21.47% from October to November. Is that shocking? Sort of. Because you're seeing that big pool of buyers that I mentioned just recently, you're seeing that a lot more people are absorbing these units more than they would have in the past or in the past or in a month-to-month basis. So when we see that, obviously that honestly is putting that upward pressure into pricing. What also is interesting to note is when we look at the total unit sales for the year. So obviously the numbers that I'm giving you is only up to November. If we all recall, 2016 saw the highest number of units sold, which was a record at that time of 113,040 or 113,040 units sold in that year. Up to now, not including what's going to happen in December, we already have 115,716 sale ends that happened in 2021. So 2021 is going to go down on record as the most sales that have ever occurred in the GTA. Again, you'll see that collectively, I think the cities need to start producing more units. I think collectively they need to start providing more housing, because this is just clearly getting absorbed now that immigration's open. New immigrants are absorbing these units, combined with the current market, and now we're, if we want to add something else into the mix, let's add inflation into the mix. So you have so many different little moving parts of things that could impact the market in 2022. What that's going to look like? I mean, the economists are saying that it's going to start off strong. It should be, good in the first couple of quarters. From my experience and what I know about inflation is that one way to, subdue the effects of inflation is by raising interest rates. Is the government going to do that? I suspect they will, but how much? That's up to the government. So if you're a person that wants to get in, interest rates are currently, they have risen from the rates that we had seen in the middle of the year and even late in the year. So if you're still looking at making a move, make a move now, try to get those low rates, because I really don't know if those rates are going to stay the way they've been staying, and how much higher they're going to go. Again, I don't know. We're now in the hands of the government. And then now you got, this new variant that everybody's been buzzing about. So a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that could affect the market. I really don't want to end the year with a negative. Instead, I want to end it with the positive. With everything that we've experienced and the way the market is, what I would suggest is if you're in a person that's still hasn't had a chance to secure a property, contact us, contact somebody to really get that advice that you're seeking to make sure that you're making a solid move. If you're a seller and depending on what you're holding, or depending on your age, or depending if you're on your way, kind of like you want to shrink whatever you're holding and perhaps move into a condo, again, perhaps you might want to sit with us or somebody that you trust to really go over what that looks like for you. As far as the next couple of weeks, we're probably, today is December the 6th, so we're not too far away from Christmas. So what I would suggest is take the next few weeks, time with your loved ones, spend it well, surround yourselves with positive energy, so surround yourselves with those people that inspire you, and surround yourselves with people that love you. Everything else, I guess, if you really want to analyze your situation, perhaps something that you may want to entertain in the first couple of weeks in January. But take this really time. It's been a long year, but a very short year. It feels very short to me, to my team, to my family. It feels very, very short. So let's take these moments to really spend it with our loved ones, cherish every opportunity that we get, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the new year.